was trying to get into it.
My pants good?
Yo, what's up? It's your boy G's. Welcome to Tip of the Spirit podcast, brought to you by Poseidon. I'm here with my co-host.
Big old poet. How y'all doing?
And we also got a special guest with us from the New OGs podcast, ToneChat.
Yo, what's good, brothers?
What's going on, man? You know, appreciate you for joining the show.
Nah, thanks for having me.
No problem, man. So today we want to get into a couple different things, man. There's a lot of stuff happening since we last dropped with y'all. So a couple things we want to get into. We definitely want to talk Aaron Hernandez. You want to talk Delonte West. Talk the K-State fight. It was a lot of stuff going on. We definitely going to review Bad Boys for Life. But I want to start with sports. We're going to start with sports. And if y'all haven't known, everybody knows that Eli Manning, the great Eli Manning, has retired. You know what I mean? He has announced he'll officially be retiring after 16 seasons. And I just want to get everybody's take on, we all athletes here. We all respect athletics, football. I know we love football. Oh, you play football? You love football?
Freshman year in high school.
Yuck.
Just a little bit.
So
but I play basketball.
Okay.
It's really the sport.
Big Baby Davis?
Nah.
Big Baby
we was Chris Webber. We had the foul line extension, and it was cash every time.
Oh, yeah?
I seen you ball, Tone. Relax.
Ooh.
You would never beat me in ball.
But, listen.
Never.
Stop.
Definitely not with them on. I could go out and I could go hoop in the Vans. You ain't hooping in the
So
others.
you 5 foot flat. What are you doing?
They ain't saying nothing.
What you gonna do?
They ain't saying nothing.
If you can't shoot, you not doing nothing.
That's what I do is shoot.
Okay. We could get an episode.
All right, anyway, keep going.
Yeah, but listen. So Eli Manning's retiring. So the first thing after a player retires, if they not a surefire first ballot, the question hits the airwaves. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? Tone, we're gonna go with you first.
Will he get in? Yes. But this is supposed to be the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of really good. Like with the comparison of his brother, the comparison of Tom Brady and other great quarterbacks, Eli Manning is never brought up. He's always going to be recognized for his 2 rings, his 2 MVPs, which we could never take away because them 2 drives were very detrimental. Were very instrumental to them winning at them games.
Absolutely.
Their defense held him in, but when you look
at
his
catch of David Tyree on the helmet, you can't make that shit up, man. You can't make that up.
Like, it was a bad throw. He just happened to make a good catch. He made it happen.
Don't forget, he got out the sack.
He got out the. You can't take that. But when you look at his numbers, in modern day, they're very mediocre. Like, he's never thrown for 5,000 yards in a season. We see that happen in every season nowadays.
Like we were talking earlier, I seen 538. They say he was the all-time average quarterback.
Yeah, like he has average numbers. To me, should he get in? No, but he will get in.
2 Super Bowl MVPs?
No, he will get in. Should he be a first ballot? No, he should have to wait. If T.O. had to wait,
Eli Manning had to wait for other reasons though.
But the reasons T.O. waited. But the reasons T.O. you can think of it as almost like the Hack-a-Shack rule. T.O. when he came about coming into the Hall of Fame, they implemented all field stuff. That was never anything for them to go to the Hall of Fame. That was never a part of it. Locker room and all field events was never a part of it.
Yeah.
But soon T.O. was eligible, he's like, oh yeah, he was a problem outside. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Question though,
But Eli, based off his stats, he'll be in. He should be like a third. He should have to wait his turn, no matter how many. Just off numbers.
I agree.
So should winning 2 Super Bowls be taken into consideration, or is he just like one of the linemen? No, the linemen is not getting in off the teams.
Winning the 2 Super Bowls though, but winning 2 Super Bowls football is the greatest team sport of all the sports. Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl is a team accomplishment. The Hall of Fame is your career. Mm-hmm. Granted, the Super Bowls tack on to your career accolades. He only made the Pro Bowl probably I think 2 or 3 times it was.
Right.
Actually, no, I think 4 Pro
Eli
Bowls.
Manning has never been the best quarterback in his division.
Okay. I agree with that.
McNabb was running shit over there for a long time.
And then if you look at Tony Romo numbers,
they're
way better.
They're
way better. So if you want to say, is he going to be Hall of Fame? He has never been the number 1 quarterback in his division.
But playoff Eli is a different type.
He
of
is
Eli.
playoff Eli ball.
Playoff Eli is something that's.
But
like,
can you say it's playoff Eli, or does his team just really show up? You got to think about his defense. Both years in Super Bowls, his defense.
The first year, Michael Strahan, that was an all-time defense. I'm pretty sure
single-handedly.
Strahan had the sack record, something like that. That was a pretty good season.
Even though his stats is trash compared to his brother and other people in his division, he took every snap.
Yeah, he never missed a game. With him. He didn't miss a game for all them years until for 15 years until
last year.
Bob McAdoo, and it's 4 Pro Bowls. He got 4 Pro Bowls. Bob McAdoo gave him
the boot,
right.
So next to me be an offensive coordinator real quick.
But you run everything offensively. It start with you. Shouldn't that be taken into consideration for something? And you a 2-time Super Bowl winner, MVP.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I agree. Man. I just think that it's like Tone said, like piggybacking off what he said. It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Average or very good. You know what I mean? Like 57,000 yards for 16 years. You know what I mean? Like it like that just means you played. You started a lot. That don't really mean you was putting in them numbers. He wasn't really putting up the numbers, but he started.
I wonder what
his
QBR is.
That was
his all-time QBR.
That should be interesting. His all-time QBR. We could definitely.
But when you compare him to like quarterbacks of his time, like you can name riddle right off the tip of your tongue 10 quarterbacks better than Eli.
Without
even thinking, like really thinking in the last 16 years. You know, so
just for achievements. He getting in, but if he was to be voted first ballot,
if Eli never won a Super Bowl, he would not be going to the Hall of Fame.
I mean, look at the numbers. He got 60 for his career. He's a 60% completion on passing. He got 57,023 yards. He averaged about 7 yards a attempt, and he threw 366 touchdown passes with 244 interceptions. That ain't good. Just this season, just 2019, he threw 6 touchdowns and 5 picks, and he played 4 games.
So he should wait.
He played 4 games.
To me, I would say he's going to wait, but he's not going to get in just because of his bloodline.
Nah, he will. That's the reason he's going to get in. It's not just because of bloodline. Like the Super Bowl. See, the Football Hall of Fame is a weird thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. We know.
It's a secret
overall,
society.
we know he's going to get in. It's just a matter of will he be amongst the first ballot people that retire this year? Everybody else that's going to retire, the surefire Hall of Famers. That's you know what I mean? Because if Richard Sherman retired after the season, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Understood. First ballot, 5 years. As soon as he's eligible, he's going. You know what I mean? So final take. Eli Hall of Famer, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Gotta be.
I'm gonna say no, but he's gonna get in. So
yeah, like if
he gotta be first.
Is he gonna be? Yes, but in my opinion, no. He shouldn't be a first ballot.
I'm gonna say no, but he's gonna get in. So yeah.
But listen, like any of y'all see Bad Boys for Life?
Absolutely.
10 out of 10.
Had to.
10 out of 10. The greatest movie I've seen so far this year.
Had to.
It's only January.
Yo, I watched a lot of movies.
It's only January.
That's a great way to put the third one in the trilogy. But what was your favorite part?
It had a lot of good parts. I would just say this: my outlook on the movie. Spoiler alert: we're gonna talk in depth. So
spoiler alert:
if you didn't see the movie, cut this off, go watch it, and then come back and subscribe. But all right. So they open up with the main villain, basically body like 7
everybody
jokers,
in the warehouse
with the
body.
When I walked in the theater, I literally walked in the theater. The Bad Boys for Life thing hit the screen, and then that's when they cut to that scene where they was doing the drug deal or whatever, and cut the money out the joint. Yo,
dirty, crazy.
I said, I sit down, and I'm like, as soon as I sat down, the camera cut to where he grabbed the knife. He just grabbed. I said, he about to body somebody. He killed everybody, and then shot the dude.
With a knife.
I was like, okay, and like I realized I know Michael Bay didn't direct it. You know what I mean? So it was a different temperature of the whole movie. You could tell that from the like.
Absolutely.
If you really watch a lot of movies, like I watch a lot of movies, and I know
sure.
like director style, you can tell. Like Tarantino got his own style.
Oh yeah,
they all like
very grungy.
Christopher Nolan got his own style. Like everybody got their own style.
Right.
You could tell Michael Bay wasn't the director, but they tried their hardest. These 2 new directors, they tried their hardest to stick next to what he did, and they did a good job.
They did a great job.
I say they held it down. For the expectation,
right?
Like I know they had a lot of pressure on them to not fumble the rock.
It was what 2003
when Bad Boys 2
came out. Yeah, so they had plenty of time, and I love that how they expanded it to like, all right, they're at their retirement age. Like this is it. Like
the emphasis on age and getting old was
and I love
beautiful. How
and they use Martin as like Martin is older now. Martin is out of shape. Like Martin is like he still got his spunk, but it was he had literally the best role in that movie.
Martin was the shoulder of the whole movie, basically keep letting you know like these dudes are mortal. They're going to die eventually. Like, you know what I mean? And that was, I feel like that was a running theme through the movie is mortality. Like the running theme was definitely like mortality being
also,
like everybody dies.
Too. Like brotherhood, sandbox to the end type friendship. And I know everybody got their one sandbox dude. Like you look to the right, he always gonna be there. Mm-hmm. And that was beautiful.
So what, like, far as
you look like you going through the sand with them pins.
Far as comedic relief. Do y'all like how they did? Like I appreciate how they did Martin, man. Like Martin was really like he was funny as hell through the whole movie, man. When they was on the plane, he told Will,
that was ad-lib.
Main question,
Yo, that was hilarious.
He was like, hey, yo. Would you strap up with
a witch? Would you fuck a witch?
Raw. No condom. Jeez. Would you fuck a witch with no condom?
Absolutely not. I believe in witches too. Witches is real. Like witchcraft and all that is real.
Yeah, I believe in all that too.
No sir.
What, like voodoo, black magic?
That's real. It's not for fake. It's real.
How y'all felt about Mike Lowry, Money Mike, having a son though?
Spoiler. Honestly,
it was the perfect story though.
It was
because you can literally watch it if you never seen the other two and not feel like really too lost. Like that's the biggest thing about when you got a time gap of almost 2 decades in the movie.
Yep. And then not only that you saw like it's like a retrospect for him because he was invincible in 1 and 2. He was that dude, and now it was like how they even went back to. He's like, I loved one girl, only loved one girl
ever.
And then he was like literally like she made Mike Lowry. She made me who I am.
Taught him the game.
Yeah, like she put him on, all on everything. So for them to actually be able to touch on that and go into that and actually, I want to say downsize Will in a movie because this movie really didn't put Will like he was the main guy.
Made him human.
I'm just talking about Will, the actor himself. I feel like this movie humbled him, even though he probably had a lot of control over it.
He was one of the producers.
It was about his son, about his ex, about Martin, and it was kind of like first time we saw Will really put himself last in the movie. And like even though it was like, oh, Will got shot up, and it's like, oh, he's strong.
Crazy. My man hit him with the P90.
On the motorcycle. First of all, you ain't never holding the P90 with one hand.
Ever. I don't know where he at. He must lift weights every day if he holding the P90.
But it was cool to see like Reggie. Like seeing them put Reggie back in the movie.
That was so crazy, yo. When they brought Reggie up, my wife literally every time we watch Bad Boys 2, she falls asleep. Like I watch the movies religiously. Like, and my wife didn't understand why everybody in the theater was like so excited when they seen Reggie. Like everybody started laughing. And he was a grown man, a grown ass man. Yo, nobody understood that.
Army.
Yo,
the Army?
Yeah. My mom didn't understand. Like, I mean, my wife didn't understand. Yo, we laughed. Like, I was laughing. Everybody in the theater was laughing. She like, what happened? I'm like, remember the part where Martin and I was showing you? She was like, oh, that's really him. Yep. That's the real actor. That's really Reggie.
That's Reggie.
Like,
that's
really
grown up.
She was like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, see, a lot of them, like certain points, I like how they did that because, like I said, you can watch that movie even if you didn't see Bad Boys 2 because of the 2-decade difference. But then again, you can still, they threw little Easter eggs in there.
Bits and everything
Easter eggs for people like us who watch 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Who watch them or always stop on them when they on TV. You're going to watch them, you know what I mean? So when you see Reggie, you know what I mean? That's like, or when you see Mike, when you see Marcus in a minivan, you just like, oh, this guy, I forgot he got a family. Like, that's like, like it's the whole family thing. Like, yo.
He hit the minivan.
Yo,
he's like,
the dude just fell in the minivan. Boom. He said, oh, damn. Like, yo.
But it was like you said with the family part, it shows like Martin's transition in his real life.
Yeah.
He like, after he went crazy, he kind of like, fell back and everything.
Did anybody notice? Did Martin get chubby for the role?
No, Martin was already chubby.
Bro, I just watched his interview.
I think
he's not chubby no more, bro.
Nah,
I just watched the interviews. He's not chubby. He wasn't chubby on Sway.
Yeah, back problems.
No, I think Martin had like a kidney problem or something like that. Like something was like he was like sick a couple years ago.
He said in an interview.
Because I'm like, yo, did he get chubby for the? I'm like, did he get chubby for the role? Like because in all the press, he's back to normal Martin, but like in the movie, he was chubby as hell.
No, I think it was more the clothes too. I think more the clothes also. But think about it, they recorded like 2-3 years ago. Like it wasn't like you know what I mean? Like so they actually did the promo run a little bit like a week out, and I was good to see Martin because he wasn't on the last promo run. Yeah, it was just Will. It's like I mean that was the time when he had the gun out, Hollywood Boulevard, wilding out, talking about they coming to kill him.
Yeah,
how y'all feel about the new people with ammo?
I liked that. I like how they did the whole thing because it was refreshing. Yo, the movie was like, it really wasn't dated. You know how like a trilogy, if they wait too long, the last movie seemed a little dated. Like a little, like it's like y'all waited too long. Nah, this one was like
right on time, right?
And then they had modern technology like drones and like just everything that had the technology.
And then they had the young boy kept fucking with Will, like yo, like he's like yo, yeah, he's like yeah, tell your mom, like remember he was like Will, and then at the end he's like yo, I'm gonna tell my mom to give you a call.
And then they had the big dude that's like doesn't like to hurt people, and he was just a tech guy.
And
then
ran
through a whole wall to go
him in a building. And I don't know what police department you know with that type of budget, but they only Miami PD. They was going to Mexico.
What you mean only Miami PD? You know how much they deal with in Miami? They got like
so they got Miami PD
and one police department.
It's county. It's county police.
It's like Miami-Dade PD.
Miami-Dade PD.
Yeah, it's like a whole.
And they got sections like New York City and everything.
Yeah, that's a big police department, bro. Like LAPD and NYPD. Yeah, that's a big.
So that was realistic in a way. They was just traveling to Mexico.
The money down there?
Well, if you watch you obviously didn't watch the movie. They traveled to Mexico off the rip. Like it was only Will was supposed to go.
And Martin kept calling ammo every time they did something.
Yeah, and then they got to the crib and knocked on the door and they popped up. Like they weren't there on like official business.
But then they realized they basically needed them. And Will said it. He was like, Martin was like, I called them, you know what I mean? He was like, I kind of don't feel safe without him. And he was like, yeah, me either. like
it was in there wild.
You know what I mean? They needed him. That movie was great, man. That movie was great. Now, only thing that I had an issue with, not even me, but the internet, I seen the internet people had an issue with, was how Buddy, Lil Will Jr., Lil Mike Lowry Jr. killed 8,000 people in the movie and about to get out of jail at the end for the new Bad Boys 4, because you know Bad Boys 4 coming out.
Yeah, but so, I think they had to go with him with like almost like the Vin Diesel approach.
Like what?
And like the Fast and the Furious approach. Like you need a bad guy to do bad things. Like when they did the Hobbs and Shaw movie. Okay. They were like, Shaw was a bad guy. He killed mad people, but they needed him to do particular things. So I think they're going to kind of take him and kind of make him like Suicide Squad. Yeah, like Suicide Squad's gonna be, he's gonna be the bad guy. I need you to take care of things.
We need you to do good things. Okay,
but they're gonna have some kind of leash on him, and he's gonna try to get close because you see the young boy's loyal. Then to find out he was betrayed by his mom, thinking that his dad was actually killed. His dad died. Mm-hmm. Like Mike Lowry killed him when Mike Lowry was his dad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, like
that was a good movie
because he didn't know that his dad had infertility problems.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I enjoyed that movie a lot, man. That movie had me smiling a lot. You know?
Yeah,
like,
I really enjoyed it.
That was the most I smiled during the movie because it was just like it was good, man, just to see like certain actors, old actors. When they killed the captain, that fucked me up, man.
In front of the daughter at her game.
That killed me, bro. They shot the captain.
Yeah, that was deep.
He was trying to take Will out early. He didn't want him to suffer. Deep. He was just trying to put him in the body bag.
Yeah, man.
He didn't understand why though.
When he killed the captain, it's another part my wife didn't understand why everybody was like, oh, like the whole movie theater was just kind of like hurt at the funeral. Like that's we was really at the funeral.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the Woo side.
But how do y'all feel about the soundtrack?
I ain't even listen.
That Meek joint was trash.
Oh, I gotta listen to that.
Slandering Meek?
I'm slandering Meek.
Meek.
We gotta know that first song.
Yeah,
and it was
trying
to replay like Latin vibes type.
Yeah, it was like Uptown Vibes from
a remix.
It was like a remix to the remix. Yeah, but it was trash.
Wait, you talking about Uptown?
But it wasn't that. With him and Fab. But it's like they took that, put it on a Miami
style Cuban version. Like it
was trash. Version. And like some of the stuff Meek was saying, it wasn't even like the same thing.
Yeah, it wasn't Uptown.
Like DJ Khaled, like you could tell he had his hand on that.
Speaking of DJ Khaled, he was in there, got his hand mashed with
How you feel about DJ Khaled acting debut?
Yo, that's not his acting debut.
But it wasn't bad. He played his part.
Major role like that.
Yeah, he didn't do that bad. He didn't do bad at all, actually.
Yeah,
I feel like he's so bad at acting, it's like, oh, that's just DJ Khaled. Like, all right. Like, you know what I mean?
He's just being himself.
Yeah, it wasn't
I'm out the game, Mike Lowry.
Come on, Mike, man. I don't do that.
I'm a family man, a businessman.
I'm just glad he said another one.
Yeah, that was so. Yeah. In the ending, man, it was. Did y'all feel like the conclusion was everything?
I'm ready for Bad Boys 4. I'm ready.
I hope they just don't steamroll this out. Like try to put out this year
for the money grab.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it don't. They're gonna. Will trying to get his money. After Dwayne Johnson was the highest paid actor and Will was like 11th, or Will trying to get his money this year.
But he said that's why they took so long doing the third one because he ain't.
Honestly, I want to say no. I want to say Will didn't want to do it because the money wasn't right for Will. Think about when Bad Boys 3 came out. Will was in movie after movie after movie after movie.
But you got to understand, Will was in flop after flop after flop. Will Smith
was a flop?
Bro,
we're talking about after Bad Boys 2.
Okay.
What was the last good movie Will Smith had that was like Pursuit of Happiness? 7 pounds? Like, that was the last time Will Smith really hit you. Like,
Concussion was alright. His accent was trash, but it was alright.
Nah, but so overall rating 1 to 10. Bad Boys. Wrap it up. Bad Boys for life.
Man, I'm giving that thing a 10 for the
8.5. It's hard to me give a lot of movies a 10.
I go 9.
I'm
a super
I go
fan.
9 because the movies I give 10 is like Dark Knight Rises and stuff like that. So.
Understood.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier's a 10 out of 10.
Really?
That's the best Captain America. That's the best. That's
All right,
the best
so
MCU movie. The Aaron Hernandez documentary, man. Did y'all see that?
Crucial.
Did y'all watch
I've seen it. I definitely
Crucial.
seen it, man.
All right, can I just say one thing? Just to start off this, you know what I mean? I feel like this documentary, they worry so much. Like, yo, I was watching it at the first episode, right? Like the first part of the series.
Yeah.
I'm watching it and I'm taking it all. Like, I'm like, all right, this is a lot of stuff that we knew already. You know what I mean?
Right.
The girl, his fiance, and Odin Lloyd's sister. They were Odin Lloyd's girlfriend. They were sisters. You know what I mean? So it's like two sisters.
Yeah, that was crazy.
With the boyfriends and all that. So with them, you know what I mean? The fiance killed the boyfriend. That stuff I knew already just from following the case from when it was actually, happening.
Right, real time.
But then they brought his high school quarterback on the camera.
Whoa.
he wasn't the quarterback.
Who was he?
Go look at all the stat lines.
Bruh, listen.
Go look it up.
They brought
But he was wilding. He's in love with Aaron. I don't know who loved Aaron more, him or these girls out in these streets.
Yo, listen, bro. Listen, and I blame Netflix for that too, yo. I blame Netflix. Because they worried about, bro. Literally, I watched the whole thing. And I don't understand why Aaron Hernandez still killed these people. All they worried about was he gay.
Was this a documentary about his sexuality? Was this about the CTE, or was it just about the life transition? Because if anything, I would really wanted to see more about his brother, how his brother came out okay, wrote a book, and Aaron was so messed up. I want to see how his dad.
Trash. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I want to see more of his home life. Like, I think they should talk to his mom and his brother a lot more.
Bro, they literally, I went through the whole thing, and I'm like,
I watched it twice.
Bro, I'm watching it, and I'm like, so why did he kill these people then? Like, they just keep telling me. All these dudes keep coming on the camera saying a big
thing with CTE is now that they're finding out with different people, different mindsets, they think they act differently.
And
like the first case CTE,
allegedly he had the worst case discovered in the human history.
Yeah,
the worst case of CTE known. You know what I mean? Discovered.
Like
in a living person.
Him and June Seau had some pretty bad. Yeah. But what they were trying to show is like how spontaneous he got. I see where they was trying to go with it. But they focus so much on the homosexual part of it.
That's what.
Like they just kept like, who cares about old boy's dad? Like what was the meaning of his dad being there? But I see what they were trying to do when they brought the old Patriot lineman and they tried to break it down. Yeah, I understood that part.
That made sense though. The part where the quarterback from high school was like, "Oh yeah, me and Aaron were like we used to fondle. We used to play and lay in bed." Like what? Why do I care about you? Like, who are you? You ain't play for the Patriots. You wasn't catching touchdowns from Brady.
He was throwing them.
Who are you? Not in the league. Oh my God.
He was throwing touchdowns.
But in today's time, that's what they want to highlight and inclusion and be able to have a platform for that population of people.
But that's I agree with that. We didn't click that
for that reason.
Yeah. We clicked that to see why did Aaron Hernandez. We want to know the inside. Every time Netflix do the Making a Murderer documentary style,
they be killing Making a Murderer.
They body him, right. Like they make him so good. But this one, Netflix dropped the ball on this one. It was terrible, bro.
I wouldn't say it was bad. I wouldn't say it wasn't bad. It was better than most of the other ones. I really want to see what that was it Real TV or TV the crime channel, true crime one that they're doing on them.
Yeah.
But I understand the purpose of what they were trying to do because that was a bombshell in the case when people found out that he had an in-jail lover. Mm-hmm. They found out like he was possibly gay. Like no one really knew, but it was just because of the persona that he grew up under. He grew up under a strong Puerto Rican father, a very manly man, which they believe. And his dad was that dude,
man of Connecticut.
Like, Yukon. Like he was known. So when it came to, like, I get what the approach they're trying to say. Like him masking it for so long could have spread his anger, made him more angry. I've seen people like
made
that.
him more spontaneous.
You know what I mean? But with the CTE, it made him more erratic. Like I see what he was doing.
I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think that CTE is like do y'all think that's gonna like negate the sport of football? Like not negate, but like you think it's gonna slow down the participation? Because participation was already at an all-time low from like 2015 to like now. Like youth football. I mean, right. Like do y'all think CTE is something hindering? And would you allow your kids to play because I'm a father of two. You know what I mean? And like my junior, he like I told my wife this already. It's kind of like ain't got no choice. Like,
I mean,
you playing football. Like
I'm gonna say this verse.
It was really
they
no
did
choice.
Robert Kraft wrong on that answer. Like how they cut him to say like, "Oh, join football." Da, da. Like they cut that. I watched that Robert Kraft interview and they cut that wrong. Like they made it seem like he was.
One thing I learned is when trying to take TV production class, the truth is left in the editing room.
Yep.
The truth is left.
Like when
in
he
the
said like
room.
the join like the sports, he was meaning like kids. Some kids don't know how to be a leader. They don't know how to follow. They don't. He was saying all that in the interview, but how the way they put it in there was bad. But to piggyback off of what you're saying, I coach high school football. I don't see kids not wanting to play football. You know, I don't see that in my family. I see like my nephews aren't into sports. My cousins were into sports, but they were like kind of like bounced out of it. They started getting into the tech side of things. Right. Going through like just seeing how kids are raised now. In our area, I would say it was slow. But when you are from football country, like your Texas, your Midwest, Alabama, your Southern down South, that's life. Life. And it comes with the territory. Like we all know, like going out there, they teach you how to hit. But when you're a guy like Junior Seau, where you're throwing a helmet straight at somebody,
Junior Seau couldn't go. They say he couldn't go 50%.
You know, like so when you
couldn't practice.
When you have guys like that, when you have people like that, like they know what they're getting themselves into. But I don't really see nowadays the football players arguing. I see everyone outside that's not playing, or someone that got a really bad concussion that's like really. It's the same thing. It comes with the territory.
It's the same thing with the numbers people coming into sports and doing all the numbers. You know, you got your analytics guys. It's the same thing with the analytics people coming in. They never play sports in their life. They just math people. But they coming in and they telling you how to better your sport or how to be more successful at your sport through numbers. And I don't think that I think football is something that's like football is definitely like cultural, but football is I learned so much. I learned respect from football. Like I learned respect for authority from football. I learned I still say yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I learned that from football. Right. Like, literally, yes, sir. No, sir. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like football could teach my son a certain level of, like, not something that I can't teach them, but it's something that they just need to experience on their own. Like, my first day of football practice was 6 years old, straight tears. Like, running around the track with the coach. Right. I didn't know what I was in for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was a little fat kid, didn't know what I was in for. You know what I mean? But as I got to be around like other kids, you know what I mean, and the camaraderie and the lessons you learn just from like you basically learn to knock yourself. Like football teaches you get down, you get knocked down, get up. You know what I mean? Like that's what football teaches you. Like at the end of the day, and I feel like I'll be doing my son an injustice if I didn't introduce him to football
because of the life lessons he'll learn,
and because of what it did for me, yo, and what football. Like now, me personally, I knew that I had offers to play after high school, but the way my body felt during high school. I ain't want to keep doing that after school. You know what I mean? Like after high school, and that's around literally when I was graduating was when the concussion movie was coming out. All the CTE stuff was really 2012 was like it was like a lot of stuff was just starting to really get to the forefront. So I really wasn't trying to like. I seen that and I was just like, I probably already got something because I was known as a heavy hitter always. Right. So and I definitely probably didn't tackle correctly, even though I was taught right. I always led head first. You know what I mean? Like so. I'm pretty sure I've been blacked out on the field before. I played plays where I can't see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it happens, but it's like, you learn to just play through it. So I feel like my son kind of like, Evans, man, he gonna play football.
Right. But for me.
For the Jokers at that.
For me, like, for
the
kids, I don't know. I'm not gonna push my kids to play sports. It's whatever they're gonna pick up because I was forced into sports and I already know what that felt like. But I will be watching football. I will be going to football games. My fiance is we're both in the athletics. So
what do you think now? But, I like you said that. What's the difference between for you? What's the difference between forcing and introducing them to it?
Forcing is like when I was growing up is no, you're going to football. Like it was a discipline instilled in us. Like no, you're not going to quit. But when it comes to like I'm going to go to a football game, my kid want to go with me, can go, but I'm not going to be like, nah, you need to come with me. You know, but my fiance is into basketball as well as I am. So yeah. they will be going out to sporting events with her. She's a coach. Word. They will be going. But if my kid want to pick up a baseball bat, all right, let's go swing the bat the best way we can. You want to pick up a racket, let's swing this racket. You want to play soccer? You want to play soccer?
You think, far as your future, like your future kids, because you said you really like you ain't really wasn't into sports too much, but you know sports. Black culture, you just know sports. You know what I mean? Like, so how you feel as far as like getting your kids into it? And do you think like will you be one of them parents like forcing them into it, or will you be the parent that's like just introduce them and let them ride their own wave?
I'm gonna definitely introduce, but I think sports hold like too many life lessons for you not to be part of a team. Like as far as every emotion you go through when you on a team, whether you a great team and you get that first loss, or you an ass team and you get that first win. Like every emotion, the camaraderie you got with your guys, your teams, the coach, you know, your subgroups within the team, who you cool with, like all that, and the bond you build with people, that's important in life. So I feel like I'm gonna introduce, and I'm a guide as well. Like you need to play sports. You feel me? Like I put it in front of you and close the doors. I ain't gonna tell you which one to pick.
But let me play devil advocate. What if your kid turns into a dickhead and an asshole, and he's like, nah, fuck these teams, and just literally like, I'm gonna go run track. I'm gonna play individual sport because it's.
Yo,
well, you better be at every practice. You better be listening to coach. You better be doing everything.
To me, honestly, football. I'm big on football. I live in a predominantly Caucasian area, so in the area I live in is good in girls. Like they thrive in girls sports, and I have a daughter, 4-year-old, and they thrive in girls soccer, girls basketball, girls field hockey. Like they thrive. Like where I live is like heavy in girls sports. So I'm not gonna really push my kids to like my son. I'm gonna push him to football. Me as a parent, I'm gonna do that. I know I've accepted with myself that I'm gonna push my son to play football. Now, whether he sticks with it, that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just really want to introduce them to it, and I feel like at that point, you know what I mean? Like I said before, I'm just a parent. I just guide them, man. I can just show them, you know what I mean? Introduce them to it, and because we all knew overbearing parents. We all grew up with friends that overbearing parents, you know what I mean? So everything is, you know, we'll see, man.
So more or less, you're not gonna be 5 a.m. having them run drills in the front yard.
That's the thing. If he wants to play, we're gonna be the best. That's the thing.
Okay.
If you want to play, we're gonna be the best.
Understood.
Absolutely.
So I agree. We definitely. All right, fellas, so y'all know what's coming up next.
Yes,
Famous segment we like to call Burn 'em Buy.
Burn it.
Flames.
We all got
Buy it.
We all got CDs here, different disc artists. It's going to be artist names on the disc or our specific album. And we just going to let you know whether we burn it or buy it and why. Big O, you can go first.
Let's kick it off. What we got? Jim Jones, El Capo.
Oh.
Whew. All right, I'm going to be real. I ain't really a Jim Jones fan, and I don't even look into his music. However, the fact that everybody was talking about this album, gotta buy it.
Best in Dipset.
And I did listen to it in its entirety. Gotta buy it.
That album is heat.
That
gotta buy it.
I didn't know he could rap.
Jim Jones.
I'm 25. I didn't know that. Like
Jim Jones went from
gotta buy it, man.
Back to what we were saying off mic. He might be one of the top 3 most progressive in getting better throughout his career. Like he's holding Dipset afloat. Cam just put out with the Purple Haze too, and it has nothing to do. And it had nothing on Capo and the one he put out last year, right before this.
Purple Haze
so
did nothing for me.
Jim Jones, I'm buying that. I ain't even burning it.
Like that.
I'll go next.
That's ball.
Baby on Baby, the Baby album.
Everybody watching this, I know y'all like that.
All right, so
nobody can sit here and say they don't like.
I'm gonna put it on the edge. I'm gonna put it on the edge because I bangs with the Baby because he raps and does what he raps. You know what I mean? He got a body. He talks about that. He really punches people in the face. I mean? He got money. He does, but his cadence is the same on every song. I just get bored of.
What's the Migos?
Well, the Migos ain't up here, and I would say the same thing about them. Even though their top 2 rappers aren't even their best 2.
I feel like when the song,
but Baby has his beats. I love that he's his offbeat rapping. I love that what he does for what he does is him. Like we needed comedic rap. We needed him, someone like him to come pop back out. So I'm gonna put it on the edge. I'm gonna buy it, but I still play it every day. So.
I agree with that. I mean, I like the baby
shit
a lot.
flame.
The baby, one of my most.
I think
The baby,
flame.
Stunner for Vegas. They like two of my
Stunner's
favorite.
trash.
Stunner Heat. Rich Youngin, come on, relax. Stunner Heat. All right, I'm gonna go with Lupe, Food and Liquor. Wow, this album
Classic.
was like this album. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this because this was the Lupe that I like idolized. Like
Yep, right
this
before
was,
Lasers.
This was the Lupe that like before he actually got introduced to the dark side of the industry to Hollywood.
Word.
Like
When
this
he had
was
hope.
Lupe. This was pure Lupe. You know what I mean? This was the
Hair
purest form of Lupe. You wasn't gonna get no like.
This was before Touch the Sky Lupe, I think.
No, this
Or
was
it's like-
Touch the Sky Lupe. This was the Lupe that was on Touch
Yeah.
the Sky. This is that same Lupe. Like this is right before.
I'm saying like this is right before Touch Sky even I think came out.
Yeah,
that album.
yeah,
dropped.
exactly. This is right
Yeah.
before like Lasers. If you that's when he
Yeah.
went to like
Lasers when he went to
different
Hope.
level.
Outta
Yeah.
here.
So I'm gonna definitely buy Lupe Food and Liquor.
Man, this even written like this an option. Like my next burner buy is Lil Wayne the Carter.
Which one?
One, the first Carter.
The first one, the Carter.
Don't even matter really. Carter.
Is it
Yeah.
is it a question?
It's a buy.
Cha-ching.
It's a buy.
Hey
That's
man,
it.
people question that otherwise
How?
because that was the end of the wobbly Lil Wayne, and a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that. When the Carter 2 came out, that was a whole nother transition of Wayne. Whole nother
That was
transition.
lyrical Wayne.
That was lyrical Wayne,
Lyrical Wayne, Carter
flying.
2.
But the Carter 1,
However-
honestly, if you go back, if you were not didn't go to school when you went to school, no one's listening to the Carter 1. Everyone references the Carter 2.
As his
Okay.
coming out party. They say that's Lil Wayne's like coming out
So
party.
if you wasn't
Carter
around
2.
for 14, 15, 16, wobbly Lil Wayne, you ain't really bang with
But
the Carter.
however, I was there. I was.
Were you
around.
really?
Yes.
The
Carter 1? Were you really
I
there?
remember, I remember the Carter
Yes.
1, but that was I didn't like Lil Wayne.
I didn't
like
understand it
that
on
much.
an adult level,
Nah,
but
yeah,
I was
that's
definitely
basically
there.
Yeah, I remember
feel
it, but I didn't understand it like on
I
an adult
could rap
level.
them joints
By the
right
time
with him,
Carter
word
2
for
came
word.
out, I was in middle school, and that was, I was listening to that, like hustling music.
Hustle
Young
music,
Weezy
that was
got
Flying.
different. That was different.
Not by a man.
You feel
The
me?
shh,
But
Wayne
yeah,
was
the
hot.
Carter
So you
one,
buying
yeah,
that?
it's a ball. It's a ball.
If you're reading this, it's too late. Drake.
Such a, that was the last good thing Drake put out, but it's kind of a disappointment. It's kind of like Drake.
I will
is
say
like,
this.
That's tough.
All right, I'm gonna burn this for 2 reasons.
Yeah, okay, let me hear. I want to
All
hear
right.
this.
Number one, it was the transition that I didn't like where Drake was going with his career. And then 2, it didn't have much replay value. But I will say, I listened to it recently and it did age pretty well.
The replay value of running through the 6 with my,
When's the last time you heard that, Josh?
you know how that. I was just listening to it.
You were just listening to it, but when's the last time you heard that out?
That's a
I haven't heard many songs played since that drop.
That's a good
Because
question.
Drake dropped. How much did he drop since then though?
lot.
I
He
hear the
dropped a
I
lot.
still hear the Carter 2 if I go to a club, someone's going to drop something from the Carter 2, and that came out way longer ago. So I'm saying it just, if you listen to it now and go back to it, all right, it aged pretty well. But that particularly,
I wouldn't even say it aged well. Yeah, well, it holds
like you
up.
could
It
listen to
holds
that and be
up.
like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
It
these
holds
had
up.
bangers on. This
holds
had a
up.
lot of bangers. That's like a whole B-side album.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
That's something I can agree with.
was-
That's basic. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm burning it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay.
Because I feel like he has better classics.
Drizzy.
All right, this is based on a true story. 2 Chainz. I'm gonna burn this and I'm gonna explain why. Wait. Before I
City
burn
boy.
this, don't nobody get it twisted. I'm a 2 Chainz fan. It's my guy.
Based on
But I'm
a
gonna
true
explain
story.
why I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna explain why. I'm not even gonna be a hypocrite. People that's gonna watch this, they're gonna understand why. They already know why I'm gonna burn this. That 2 Chainz is like from 2012. That's around the time that like I hated 2 Chainz. When
That's
he
the
first came
transition
out.
from Titty Boy.
Yo, I did not like 2 Chainz. You know why? Because I'm like, yo, first of all, he's on everybody's song. He's recording too many features. Bruh, that year he did thousands of features. Like
Him
he
and
was
Wayne's
on-
probably the most featured
he went
artist.
off, though.
he was on everybody's song, bro. It was crazy.
He
I
went
didn't
off.
like 2 Chainz. That's when I was on around that time. I was on my Tyler the Creator wave. I was listening to a lot of Tyler the Creator.
Odd
I
Future,
was listening to Odd
Wolfgang.
Future. Yeah, I was listening to like ASAP
Kill 'em
Rocky. I still
all.
listen to ASAP Rocky heavy,
Boo.
but like I was listening to them like heavy. So I really wasn't into like. I really wasn't into 2 Chainz. Like I had people that was like I went to school with a couple city jokers. You know what I mean? Dudes from the city, they was really into 2 Chainz. They was really like, yo, even other jokers I went to
He looked like he was
in
from
the
Village
Ville,
Park.
They like
Rapper go to the league was crazy though. That's
no
all
rapper
I
goes
gotta say.
2 Chainz. I became a fan of 2 Chainz after I graduated high school. After I really had to listen to him and really do my, you know what I mean, do my due diligence and be like, all right.
He really be spitting.
And then when I heard him on was it Mercy or something like that, he was.
Oh, he body Mercy.
He was yeah.
He
when,
body
when he
Mercy.
one up Kanye, I was like, all right, 2 Chainz can rap a little bit. Like let me, you know what I mean, let me listen to him a little bit. So I'm gonna burn that one, but for the time period, I'm gonna burn that one.
Hey yo, my last burner by is Mike Jones, Who is Mike Jones?
Yes,
Who?
we're buying that. Don't disrespect me. You know what? Go ahead. That's up to you. That's up to
All
you.
right,
Go
can
ahead.
you name another song off
Nope.
the other?
Nope.
That's what I mean.
I don't need to.
Bro, if it's not for that song,
Back then,
I
they
would
didn't
burn
want
it.
it.
But
Now
how
they-
crazy that one
281,
song
330,
was. That
80.
one song was
It's
so
not even
crazy,
the
bro.
message in the song holds up crazy because
to the day.
the message holds up. Like back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all like you could quote that in the Instagram picture.
Yo, and he used to wear his do-rag to
his
his top of his nose.
double whammed up too, like that.
You burning Mike?
Thick
You
as
keeping
hell.
Mike Jones? You putting him on the edge?
Bro,
Yo, this
like,
is your opinion.
Yeah, it's up to you.
If it was bro.
I just burned a Drake joint.
They gotta burn it.
Yeah,
because
you
I
can
can't
get-
name
and
no
you
other
and
song
you
other
light
than
skin and you burn
Who
the Drake
is
joint.
Mike Jones.
They gonna kill you for
I
that.
can't name no other song off the album, and that's why I gotta get burnt.
My last one is Relapse by Eminem.
Eminem trash.
Straight to the trash.
Hey yo,
Yo, listen, don't get it twisted.
That's
I'm-
gonna get people
should've
mad.
been-
I
I
love,
trash. take
I
that
love,
back.
I love
not trash. I'm
Eminem,
gonna
but
take
I
that
did
back.
not like Relapse Eminem. Like that whole transition from getting off the drugs and like just putting music out just to put it out. Like it just didn't touch anywhere with me. Like I have friends and family that are on drugs. Like it just didn't hit home to me. I just felt like it was very, very over the top for me.
Relapse
Just
when we
wasn't-
had
Eminem
Rihanna on
thing.
it. The
Yeah.
song with Rihanna? Oh, that song. So
That was the only
fire.
song on there. I couldn't even tell you another song off that album.
Me neither.
I'm not even a real. Is that Till I Collapse with Nate Dogg is on there?
I'm not
Till I
sure.
Collapse, they feeling these raps. Long as Eminem killed that song. I like
But
Eminem.
Eminem-
He could rap, but like
His new album fire though.
The whole thing.
I listened to the whole thing
Monster's
twice.
crazy with Juice WRLD, R.I.P. But
I listen. That's the only song I listen to. I
Listen to
can't
it.
bring myself to listen to Eminem.
It's not like the last couple.
I
it
can't.
ain't. Nah,
What's
it
your
ain't.
last one, Josh?
My last one is Jamie Foxx, Unpredictable.
Hey.
Now, you know I'm buying this. Like this right here. This,
Josh, you're a freak.
Man, like listen, hey, listen.
What
Got
that
two
album do
kids,
for
baby.
you?
Listen, this album right here,
And
bro.
Josh was like 10 when that album dropped.
No, I was in middle school going transition to high school. I was in middle school going to high school.
Dry
Bro,
humping
this
some shit.
that album dry humping
You dry humping in your jeans?
from Woodland Avenue, dog. I'm dry
From
humping.
Woodland
What
Avenue.
dry humping is
Oh.
you talking about? Like,
Oh.
yeah.
To the Jamie
Listen.
Foxx? No.
the
But
Jamie
it wasn't no
Foxx-
cousins.
Actually,
like you.
it was really R. Kelly,
That's
but that's
so
controversial. We ain't gonna
crazy.
talk about that.
We gonna leave that out.
It was really the Kells, but that's controversial. We gonna leave that alone. Yo, listen,
Real talk.
Jamie Foxx, Unpredictable, bro.
Crazy.
Just not even just
Jamie Foxx got bangers.
an album to me. When you hear an album and it take you back to a certain time, that's when you know it's a good album, bro. Like I hear the Carter 3, that shit bring back. I can't really listen to Carter 3 without damn near coming to tears, because that's like the year my grandpa died. I went through, you know what I mean, a whole lot. So when I hear that album, it's like we
connect
rode
with
around
all
that whole
the
summer
emotions.
listening to that.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know what I mean, that certain album. This album right here, it take me back to like just being outside all the time, like you know what I mean, being.
You drive around Woodland with your shirt off, listening to Unpredictable.
This was Cedar Lane, Park
Oh,
Ave,
so
riding
alright.
around.
Nah, you
riding
had
around.
with a
shirt
cruiser.
on. No shirt on a bike that probably wasn't mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Facts.
that was young days, yo. That was a great time. So I'm gonna definitely buy this. This was like one of my first, not really my first introduction to real R&B, but like this was like one of the albums that cultivated my love for R&B. So this is definitely buying
I
it.
guess I'm the loser this week. I only kept one. It was the baby.
He was
And
on the
he was
edge.
on the
What that-
edge.
what that
I'm like,
mean when he on the edge?
I mean,
50-50?
yeah,
Damn.
I could have bought it. I probably bought it, but
That joint went crazy.
that's like my gym music. Like I don't.
Like you don't listen to the baby, like just
On a
listen
car
to it.
ride? It's getting skipped?
I listen to more R&B than anything. I listen to R&B on a car ride.
I ain't
And
gonna lie.
podcast.
I was happy when Chris Brown dropped 50 tracks because that was a lot of
Bangers.
music for me to
He
listen
dropped
to.
100 tracks in 2 albums.
Yeah.
Word.
A lot of music to listen to. But yo, that's it, man. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for watching us on Tip of the Spear podcast, brought to you by Poseidon.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. I'm G's.
Tone.
Big O the Poet.
Just want to thank Tone for coming out, man.
Absolutely,
Make sure to
fellas.
check him out
Appreciate
on the
you.
new
Appreciate
OGs
you.
podcast, available on all platforms. And thank you, man.
Make sure
See
you
y'all
like,
soon.
share,
Oh, yeah, make sure y'all
subscribe.
like,
comment.
subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Tip of the Spear Pod.
Tone got his knees out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got your ankles out. Yo, cameraman, zoom in on my man Yutters. You want to get at this? And you trying to put the black laces to spice them up? Fuck out of here, oh.
That's how they came.
Nah, they came with the white laces.
can't
Shoes
say
don't come with black
Why
laces when
would
they
come
blue.
with white laces?
Because they got a white soul.
Yo.
Yo, get out of here. What are they? Pro-Cats? What are they?
These little work.
I don't want to hear it,
Little denim baby.
I go in the office with these things.
yo. Yo, you should learn how to walk.
Hey, man, these They give me the paychecks though. What you mean? They
Yo,
Let
you
him
sit
know,
at a
oh.
desk.
Let him know.
they love my office swag.
Let him know. Oh,
Orlando,
yeah,
you sit at a
office, let
desk.
him know.
Big
Yo,
Oda Port.
yo, but
You sit at a
dude,
desk.
Appreciate y'all,
I do
man.
therapy.
See y'all soon.
Peace.